Niha naha nihama. Apologize for my poor Mandarin. Gasu, and I'm just watching something in the background if you can hear it.
Maybe he's right. We can make a new start. Oh, come on, guys. Don't let him sweet talk you like that. Wait, you can't leave now. I'm supposed to be the hero here. Wait, can you at least let me pistol whip you a couple of times for the camera?
Sorry, it's the old from me. I deeply apologize. So the thing is, what you see here, and after just talking about the Buddhist, you might as well just call him a rapist or oral. I'm trying to make a word up. Oralist, basically, that Buddhist Dalai Lama, whom actually did, inappropriate stuff with that young, it looked like he was 8 or 9, I think, Indian boy. I basically stumbled upon another interesting video on Reddit, on the Facepalm subreddit, titled, "Hate the Chinese Government, Not the Chinese People," 3 exclamation marks. I hope this bookshelf falls on this Chinese boy. So what you see here, it's amazing how us Americans would act like this, because this girl is a fucking bastard, if you actually ask me. And I just want to play this line very quick.
I mean, you're always right there on the couch for us.
From a guy.
Laugh when we're upset, changing the channel when something boring comes on, eating the last slice of pizza so the rest of us don't fight over it.
Yeah, Daddy, and if you hadn't pulled this stunt, I never would have learned how to manipulate Kevin.
Oh,
the kid in
man.
school sees on TV, they'll think you're a total psycho. And I can say that psycho is my dad.
American dad, pun intended.
I don't know if he hadn't driven me to the ice rink every morning at 6 a.m.
Huh. Well, I guess being a hero isn't always about saving lives or catching bad guys. It's also about just being there for the people you love.
Help! Someone just stole my purse!
Who cares? I don't even know you.
Typical Messiah or weapon in Vancouver, right? It's like about that. Because the thing is, us Americans, even though we are caring of other families, right? We basically like how Peter says, who cares? I don't even know you, because that poor old woman basically lost her purse, right? It is similar to this damn ugly white teen girl whom is actually texting on her phone, right? She seems both miserable and bored out of her weird girl mind, right? And I'm not sure what the top right corner says in Mandarin, but if I actually can tell, this is similar to, I feel awful. I was even on that site myself. The 6th site named Omegle. Omegle is basically this anonymous site. It's quite dangerous, by the way, because you basically have like children like this boy's age, right? The Chinese boy that you see on the right side. He looks really young, but he's really intelligent. He looks like he's maybe 8, I think, 9. I'm not sure. Somewhere around that age. He definitely doesn't. 10 possibly, but no older than 10, right? Like, he's a child, if you actually can see that. Versus this girl, yeah, she may be seen as a child, but not in my eyes, because, well, she definitely looks much older, like a teen. And 2, the way she's acting. And 3, well, the way that she talks is definitely not something that a teen, well, let alone a child themselves, should act, right? And basically, Omegle is really a dangerous site for children, and hell, even for people like me that gotten taken advantage of just because I was pressured to do sexual acts, even at adult age, and being lied twice by someone that I like about their age, right? They didn't tell me straight up, and I'm still trying to heal from that, right? So, just to get back into this topic, right? You have this girl that basically told this little Chinese boy, I hope the shelf falls on you. Which basically is a threat, if you actually ask me, because he's FaceTiming her, and the boy wants to just have a friendly conversation, and I'm not sure what her deal is. She makes me feel guilty as an American, if you can tell by the background, right? Basically on the top left, not quite the corner, but right next to her door is the American flag, which is kind of funny to see how this is set up, because the boy just play it like in the first 10 seconds.
I'm from China. Where are you from?
He holds the Chinese flag, gorgeous flag, by the way. I know it's kind of similar to, quote, the Soviet Union, the USSR flag. I still love the Chinese flag. I do. And I even have the Hong Kong flag that is hanging up in our house. But basically, this boy is so adorable. He is so sweet. He just wants to talk, right? And then this is what this girl said. Actually, let me, if I can actually screenshot, and it's 8:30 right now. Okay, to Buddha's belly. Okay, it's open because I'm kind of screwing my MacBook. Let me do.
Not that bookshelf falls on you.
She's herself, right? I don't know what the issue is. I think it's, you know what? It's because people get this stigma that, oh, what happened a few years ago in 2020, or if I could say in Mandarin, the Chinese are to blame for the coronavirus. That's prickly crud, okay? Yes, it basically spread from Wuhan, but does that mean that the Chinese have done it? No, they have not. It's like us Americans, we actually, had the cow, what is it? The cow disease that happened back when I was in high school, or basically Ebola that basically happened from West Africa, like around Senegal, or maybe outside of Niger, around that region taking place. A lot of people tend to thinking that the people are from those regions basically spread it. Well, that's not how it works, okay? It just basically, it's hard to explain. It is, because I don't like to talk about politics or anything. It's not my interest. But the thing is that the Chinese government, one, they basically mistreated their citizens, right? During COVID. Two, well, let's just say that they didn't really get them tested. I'm sure of it. Well, I'm sure they have. It's hard to explain. I don't want to get back into this. Let's just say that, especially after my grandfather passed away, I don't want to talk about COVID. But, it just disgusts me that people tend to thinking that Chinese people are to blame, or they're basically weak people, prickly crud. Okay, they're not. Or they're racist. I mean, every country has their racist or xenophobic people. Hell, even the Finns hate the Swedes because of hockey, which is kind of funny because I remember talking to a Finnish boy a long time ago, on Amigo, believe it or not, and, he basically didn't like Sweden because of hockey and whatever, and I don't know, it's quite fascinating. Plus, I kind of like Finns better because, one, I could speak a little bit of Suomi, which is fish, like their flag better. I don't know, I always want to go to Finland, and 4, I just don't like your part that week. So, yeah, if you call me racist on that, then let it be. But it's just so odd that basically a teen, okay, she's not a child, she's probably like a grown woman, based on how she's acting, right? That you would bully a boy just because he's Asian. And this is probably where they get the stigma that, yes, Asians, it's a stereotype, by the way. Not a healthy one, like how you say blacks are uneducated. Okay, a handful of us would be, but for someone like me, I want to be uneducated. I mean, at least I graduated from high school. That's one thing. I still miss my state ID. I miss that thing so much. I still got my graduation gown. I've gotten shorter, believe it or not. I was like, excuse me, I just burped, aged. And I don't like to do drugs. I don't like to listen to hip-hop. It actually makes sense. And I like Pokemon, and how can I say this in Mandarin? Pokemon I basically love Pokemon and anime. It actually makes sense, right? And it goes to show you that this video, the boy is, especially because you said Jesus or Mandarin, it's not an easy language, okay? I guess it depends on the person, but let's just say in general, people do have difficulty, studying Mandarin because it's not as widespread of a language, because it's mainly spoken in China, in parts of Mongolia, in Thailand, throughout Asia, right? Hell, I'm sure, well, I don't think about the, in Filipinos, Palahibo, pero, Vietnam, I'm sure a handful of people can understand it because they're kind of related. It's like if you're speaking Russian, or it's like you're a Polish speaker, but you're trying to read Russian. It's basically like a Vietnamese, right? That's Polish. That's trying to read Mandarin, which is Russian. It's like that in a way. Like for me, I don't know. Vietnamese is not easy. All those Dambia, Kaman, and Mop. Mop means one. Yeah, it's such an interesting language. It's like you have like an apple stuck in your throat. But it's just so odd. Let me just that the way this girl acted, can I just play like near the end around the 136-minute mark? I'll make sure to share the link of the video if you really are interested to see it. It's so disturbing. It is.
You actually. Huh? Exactly.
That's so adorable. Like, this is face expression is so cute. Honestly, he's adorable. It's just the way that he basically told that teen girl, "You're ugly." It's so accurate. And the funny thing is, she's wearing a Malibu T-shirt, right? Whom I'm sure is probably designed by the Chinese, because believe it or not, a lot of American supplies or tools or furniture that we actually have here probably were imported from China, especially our pencils, which is basically what I draw with. I would thank the Chinese a lot for that, right? I mean, except that they basically had to do hard labor just to do that stuff. That's, messed up. But, it just goes to show you that people need to stop hating Chinese for a lot of reasons. Yes, basically, us and then blacks have like a awful history. I don't want to get into that, but you know what? Doesn't make me like Chinese less. Absolutely not. I still remember the incident of he's basically this 50-year-old man, right? His name is Bill, which is my grandfather's name. I wonder how he's doing to this day. I basically walked him home. Yes, I think he's from Taiwan, from what he told me, right? And the thing is, basically, he had osteoporosis. And I wanted to help him walk back home with groceries. I basically cried when I walked back because he was really sweet. And when he saw my eyes, he could definitely tell that I have Chinese roots. Yes, I've spoiled it. I do have Chinese roots. I do. And I never had a Chinese person tell me that. Like, yeah, you look Chinese. People can't even guess it. He could. Like, that's an honor for someone that's Chinese, as in full Chinese himself, to say that. I love China. Well, I love China. Plus, I find Chinese boys hella hot. I'm just being honest. Okay? I mean, look at Seven from 6 or 7. It's the Chinese anime. I have a crush on him. If there was a porn... Okay, I'll stop. But yeah, I just hope that I'll give you some detail that it makes me so embarrassed of us Americans thinking that we're superior out there, when this is how we act. Like this stupid California, SoCal girl, right? This girl, I'm sure she has a cow in her damn peach, because she probably need to get her fucking shoes tied before she probably inbreeds basically a son that probably will beat up Chinese people just because, you know what, I'm a white straight boy and I'm proud of it, or I probably want to fuck Chinese girls because I want to, because they're easy. I don't know, because I know that sounds weird. I'm just trying to give like an example that this girl, it gives you an example of this is how a handful of us Americans would act. It's disgusting. And not to mention, she kind of does act like a Californian stereotype. Like, I love Californians, but this one needs to stay in her state. Like, do not come next door. Like, we don't need any water. We're fine. We don't need any humidity, which is basically, fights, which is humidity coming in our way. We're fine. We don't need any of that. No offense for Californians, but honestly, I've seen this type of behavior. We're basically the Canadians of the Southwest, eh? I caught that because we're not like us, basically. Well, it depends on the person, but trust me, out here we're really kind. Us Arizonans, if that makes sense, right? Californians, well, I don't know. I met a handful of friendly ones, but man, this girl is just, I just had to just share this because it's fascinating. Because I've been seeing quite a handful of videos that us Americans, we basically, talk to someone else from a different country, or if we're traveling to another country, we think we own that country or own the land. No, we don't. I even saw this white, straight man that was secretly capturing on camera of girls in Bangkok. Really creepy, if you actually ask me. Like, he was just, like, staring at them. I don't get why you would do that. I mean, especially then going through a tough situation. Or, I don't know. It's disturbing, right? If I wanted to visit Bangkok, I want to be doing that. Right? Hell, I'll be nervous just to film around people, because I don't want to interfere with one's privacy unless, well, I have to, I guess. And if it's in public, of course, then nothing wrong with that. I mean, even just being kind and, like once again with the neighbor incident I had. That's why I don't talk to them, just because I had my camera out. I was just being polite. You know, like you're out on the damn driveway. You're not inside your house. That's a different story. But you're outside. Anyone can see you, even I, because you're in front of our house. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, I'm trying to, you know, move on from that. Because it's like once someone will say something awful about me, I won't forget about that for a long period. Like this girl, I'm probably not gonna forget about this for a while. You know, because what she said to that boy, I hope the shelf would fall on you. That's messed up. Like, I don't get why he'd be so hateful just because the boy is Asian. I don't understand it. I really don't. And I want to read like a couple comments on Reddit by Golette03. She's so stupid. You mean she's so stupid? She didn't realize he called her stupid. And by AdNormal5424, racists aren't exactly known for being the smartest apples. I agree. You know, it goes to show you, for anyone that needs to know about us Americans, we can be a fool of ourselves, like that girl. You know, because one, we don't try to bother speaking the other language of someone. Oh man, I did a video of that, but I thought people wanted to enjoy it. It's basically a man that would go to Mexico with his wife, and he was talking horrible Spanish. At least he attempted to speak it. But man, he was so rude to the officers because of the checkpoint. Because seeing that in certain parts of Mexico is dangerous, right? He would be so mean to them. You know, and thinking he's superior just because he's American, he speaks English. Just because we speak English, it doesn't mean every single person in this country speaks it. Especially out here in Phoenix, oh, you're going to be encountering a handful of people that do not speak English well. You know, like around, yo quiero Colombia, tú eres un más pasando de, you know, de los gentes aquí en la capital, somos, you know, mexicanos, más otros país de latinos. Basically, there's like 43% or more people out here where we live. Well, in Phoenix alone, right? Depending on the neighborhood, but in Phoenix, you're gonna say probably like every other person you'll see out here is Mexican. If you basically have a problem hearing Spanish, then do not come here. Plus, my brother is half Mexican, so that's another problem. Do not come to my state. Don't. Plus, I love our state. Other states stink. No offense for anyone that be watching this as an American, but trust me, I love my state. We go through a lot, and I take pride in our flag and our city flag. And, of course, the American flag. If you don't like it here, do not come here. Okay? Stay whatever. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit heated. But, you know, just seeing this video, I think a podcast on talk for a long time. It just fascinates me that we treat another human being like this. I just, you know, I don't understand why. You know, 为什么? You know, 为什么不一样中国人? You know, like, why not like Chinese people? I don't understand. You don't have to like them, but at least tolerate them, right? I can't explain it. I just can't. Plus, I'm watching American Dad, a Family Guy episode when they're supposed to go to this Indian casino. Good episode, by the way.
Wow, Bo Derek. Oh, very funny. Now tell the one that doesn't suck.
Sorry about that. It's basically about, you know, the Native Americans that... I want to get to that. Because I also have, believe it or not, Navajo descent. Thanks to my father. Oh, yeah, the father, honestly. But yeah, other than that, I just hope that you actually enjoyed this little talk. And tomorrow, my mom and I, we're supposed to be going to, GameStop, I think, to trade in my game if we have to. You know, so that I could actually get my phone repaired. I've been waiting for, I don't know how long now. But yeah, other than that, what do y'all think about this video or topic? And I'll share the video from Reddit if you want to view it. And for my Mandarin speakers, I give you apologies to the witnesses. This girl is disgusting, and I want her to be exposed. This is not appropriate behavior for a girl her age. She's probably like a grown-ass woman. I don't know. She shouldn't mean like the boy's half her age. I can. Anyway, 谢谢你和再见。